So I'm Joel Evans. I'm from East Greenwich, Rhode Island, and I've grown up very conservative Jewish, and I've never been to Israel. And I grew up in Sharon, Massachusetts, a very Jewish town in Massachusetts. So I ended up coming on this MoMENtum trip because my wife is going on the women's trip in a couple of weeks, and found out that we were being invited to go on the men's trip this year, and thought it would be great. It's going to be her first time in Israel as well. So I really didn't know what to expect coming to Israel for the first time. I had some sort of an idea. But it was a completely overwhelming experience from the moment I got off the airplane. I came in a little bit before the trip and then met up with some friends and spent some quick time in Tel Aviv and was just blown away at all of the Hebrew signs and just the fact that everyone around me, everywhere I look, is Jewish and shares that same cultural experience. So then we started the MoMENtum trip officially yesterday and came back to the airport and were just immediately overwhelmed with over 100 men coming from all different parts of the United States as well as South Africa. So pretty incredible, very short amount of time. And then we went to the Israeli base, the army base. And I think the most amazing thing for me really was meeting the soldiers. And not just meeting soldiers, I've met soldiers plenty of being in America, but the fact that these soldiers are 18 to 21 years old. And they're really boys and girls. I'd like to say men and women, but really, I'm 43 years old, so to me, they're kids. And just the way they held themselves. And when I think about what I was doing when I was 18 years old, compared to what they're doing at 18 years old. And I think, one of the most compelling discussions I had was there was a girl there from Maryland. So here she is from the US, and she's hanging out with the rest of the soldiers, and she's a soldier. So I said, first of all, thank you, because this is absolutely incredible that you're doing this. But as someone from Maryland, like, what are you doing? And she said she was born in Israel. They moved to the United States. She just moved back to serve. So I said, okay, well, obviously your friends in Israel understand why you're serving. But what do your American friends think of this whole experience? And she said, they just don't get it. And they never really will get it. And it's just something about being an Israeli. So it really just got me thinking. And what I compare it to is, for an Israeli, it seems like it's a rite of passage. It's like you grow up wanting to serve and protect your country and serve in the army and do all you can. And while we're debating in the United States about what college we're going to go to and whether or not we should go to a frat party, they're debating what to specialize in the army. And they have dreamed about being in the army and what they're going to do next. And it just was completely overwhelming to see that this person who is so much younger than I am was really so much more mature than I am, even as a 43-year-old guy who's lived a pretty long life at this point. And then it just the spiritualness of the whole experience just didn't end. We kept meeting more and more soldiers. We gave them gifts. They were completely overwhelmed with our gratitude and us just saying thank you. And it seems so silly. And we do it in the United States. You see someone and you say, thank you so much for your service. And they appreciate it. But these kids, it was almost like we were their parents saying, oh, I'm so proud of you.